Wake your asses up. It's your favorite TIO Al Cintron, and welcome to the latest episode of the Taco Bell commercial. Folks, to TIO Al and Friends, and I'm joined by my two friends right now, uh, Pete Kenny and Anthony Gallo. Yeah, I sound out of it because I was sleeping. That's what happens when you have coworkers come to work sick, and you don't know what the hell's going on. So I've just been drained all week. So what's going on?
We back. We ready. We're not scared. Big weekend. I know the story everyone wants to talk about, the Hudson River Derby on Saturday, right, guys?
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Is that the is that Red Bulls versus NYCFC?
That is. Look at you, Mr. Soccer.
Wow, dude.
But no, seriously.
I watch anime.
Fired up for a big weekend. Mets, Knicks, Yankees, NYCFC. So I'm fired up.
This is basically rivalry weekend right now. I mean, Knicks Celtics is going to be, hopefully it's going to be a movie for Knicks fans and not a movie where it's brutal for Knicks.
Oh, we lost him. Down goes Pete.
Pete, oh my God.
Pete was there. We lost him. He was cooking.
It's gotta be a Yankee fan doing that in the background somewhere.
I did not do that. All right. I know you love seeing my face, Al. Okay.
While we wait for Pete to join Gallo, we're gonna start first with the Subway Series.
Yes, sir.
It's Mets Yankees. It's Juan Soto's return to the Bronx versus the Junkies in a Mets uniform. The only thing that matches this, in my opinion, and you weren't even a thought in 1980 when Dallas Strawberry left the Mets to sign with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm harboring this to. I remember Strawberry returning to the Mets. They were throwing strawberries from the stands at Dallas Strawberry on that circle. He did it a home run on Frank Viola from what I remember. I won $10 because I bet Strawberry would, but then he made it out, I believe, in the eighth or ninth inning. Anyway, but the hatred was the vileness was real towards Dallas Strawberry. And to be honest, if we know the way those clowns in the Bronx behave or lack thereof behavior, I think it's going to be much worse considering it's a Friday night, New York City. There is another event going on. We'll get to that later. But I think Juan Soto sticks it right up every Yankee fan's you-know-what this weekend.
Hopefully they wash it.
Peter's back. He washed his ass.
I don't know what happened there. I just clicked something and my whole browser just went bye-bye. So my bad, but I'm back. And I'm glad you brought up the Subway Series. I want to ask you guys this question because I heard from multiple sources who were at Yankee Stadium during one of the Knicks' big wins. How much does the crowd get in unison, like Mets fans and Yankees fans alike? Because obviously there's going to be both at the baseball game. If the Knicks score starts going a certain way, are you going to see some memes, some great videos, some great footage of Mets and Yankees fans just like holding hands, having a world peace moment together, like pulling for our New York Knicks? Yeah, literally.
It's gonna be like the day in Philadelphia when they announced that that we have killed Saddam Hussein.
Yes.
Bin Laden. That's what it's going to be like at Yankee Stadium with the Mets and Yankee fans.
Well, so I have buddies there for the game one win, and they said the game was getting tied up. Like the Yankees were blowing a lead, but the Knicks were about to close the game out, and the whole crowd was erupting in cheer. And I think similar things because the game doesn't start till late. So we're going to get the initial Soto at bat quick, bang.
It'll be done, right?
Done. It'll be out of the way, and it'll turn into just another Subway Series game. And he probably can't even get to that inning because the Mets are probably going to put up 10 runs early. But I think, honestly, it'll never happen. If the Yankees were smart, if the game blows through, and they were like, hey, you guys can stay. Like, let's say the game ends, I don't know, 10:30. And the Knicks are in the fourth quarter, it would be really cool if the Yankees were like, hey, we're going to let
keep dreaming. That it didn't happen in Yankee Stadium. And Yankees, you have a better shot of that happening at Citi Field than Yankee Stadium.
That would be electric though. But Billy's will be popping, stands will be popping.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be a place to be. That'll be a scene. Like we've been seeing 33rd and 7th blowing up after these Knicks wins. If the Knicks win Friday night, Billy's and stands might need to be refurnished by next Monday.
And think about the convergence on Penn Station. Everyone that's leaving, either
God.
going wherever they're going back to, like that, obviously right underneath. I guarantee you, most people will leave that game and try to go to the celebration that's by the Garden. Like I've already planned my route to get around it because I'm older now. I'm washed up. Like once the Met game ends, and like I'll stay as long as they let me stay in the press box to watch the Knicks game. But once that's over, I'm out. So I'll watch the game on my phone if I have to.
But that was sort of you're saying that you're hoping that they let you stay in the press area at Yankee Stadium.
Well, I mean, you could stay a little bit longer. I don't know how they don't let you stay. I'm pretty sure like the longest I've stayed posted is like an hour. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully the Knicks are up 40 by that point. We don't have to worry about it. But I want to like what you said, Al. I honestly think Soto has been on a tear. He's got like an over 930 OPS over the last, I want to say, just under a month, 20-something games. And I really feel like this is going to be the culmination of like his takeoff to a hot summer, hot Soto summer, as some would say.
Soto summer is awesome.
I really think he's relishing this opportunity to come back. He knows he's going to get booed. I think he thinks he's going to get booed more than he actually is because he's forgetting that half that stadium is going to be Met fans.
Yeah, he did say 50,000 first one, which is far from the truth.
Kind of a badass statement, though, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but he shout out to my Dominican friends. You guys exaggerate a little bit. So, that my coworker's going to kick out of that one. But, yeah, it'll be probably, it's a weird thing because the Knick game is going on. I know the Yankees start first, but the Knick game's going on. And you would have thought the ticket prices for the Knick game would be way higher than what they are. But since I think it's a Subway Series, it's Soto's first game at Yankee Stadium versus the Mets. I think that's why the prices are not super high. If it was like the Saturday night game 2 Soto Yankee Stadium, I think the tickets would be much higher than what they are. But I'm looking forward to it. I think Juan Soto has a big weekend, and then at least for a month until the July 4th series, Yankee fans could stop. And I see it because I collaborate on a post with Latino Sports about Juan Soto talking, and Yankee fans every day keep commenting on this damn post, and it's been 3 months already. Get over it.
Yeah. No, it's time. It's time to get over it, and this weekend should be good. And you know what? Like, with the idea of Juan Soto being this key point here, I don't know what has to happen for the Yankee fans to stop. Like, if the Mets go ahead and sweep this series this weekend and Juan Soto plays well, is that truly going to stop the Yankees fans? Because no, they're not going to stop. They can't get this man's name out of their mouth. I made a post on my TikTok, last weekend, and it was just about how Juan Soto's back. He's been hitting the ball really well. And to all the people out there who have kind of been saying like, oh, he's not the same. He's not happy here. All that BS that we all hated. I know the 3 of us hated, but he's back and he's hitting the ball well. And people in the comments saying, well, Judge is still better. Okay. Aaron Judge is the best hitter on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Guess
Regular
what?
season. Regular season.
I don't even want to do that right now, Al, because that's the pettiness that they're bringing out to the table here. And I'm just talking about right here, right now, regular season. 2 guys are allowed to hit the ball really well. It's okay. Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball right now and has been for 2 years. Guess what? Juan Soto's really good too. It's all good.
It's the truth. Like there's enough room right now. It is 2 of maybe the biggest fan bases in the city. Like, yes, no one has ever said, I don't really think I know any Met fan that disagrees. I mean, I love Aaron Judge. I'm an Aaron Judge fanboy. Yeah. Like I talked about how I feel like he's underappreciated because Yankee fans, the only time they want to prop him up is when it involves Juan Soto, but most of the time they crap on him. But like it takes nothing away from Juan Soto. It takes nothing away from Francisco Lindor or Pete Alonso for that fact that Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball. Yeah, you have 1 great hitter. We have 3.
Yeah, facts.
There's the level of pettiness right there, Anthony Gallo. Met fans giving it right back to Yankee fans. But listen, Aaron Judge is I said on my show last weekend, Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. What he's doing right now is MLB The Show esque. The numbers are out of this world. Just give him the MVP trophy now. I take my shots here and there about regular season, but he is, watching what he's doing right now is just it's absurd. I mean, it really, really is. But I think this weekend, this is all about Juan Soto, man. This is what it is. And Pete already said, if the Yankees sweep and Soto has a good series, no, Yankees are not sweeping. Mets are taking 2 out of 3
I said it's
against
the
the
Mets
Yankees.
sweep, just for the record.
Oh, the Mets sweep. Okay.
Yeah, which I also don't think will happen. But
So
let's get the matchups. Tomorrow's matchup, weather permitting,
is Rodon and McGill.
There's one loss for the Mets. And what's the second matchup?
It's Canning and Schmidt.
And the third one
is Peterson and Max Fried.
I wish Clay Holmes was pitching.
Oh, damn it.
I do too. I wish Clay Holmes was pitching too. But I'm not as confident in Tyler McGill at times, but I like that matchup against Rodon because even though he's pitching great, he did regress his last start. And Griffin Canning, until the wheels fall off, I'm going to trust the guy. And I'm a big David Peterson guy. After Senga and when Manaea is healthy, I trust Peterson more than anyone else on the entire 40-man roster as a starting pitcher. I think he's done this now for a longer stretch than people give him credit for. So I kind of like that matchup, lefty-lefty on Sunday. Max Fried, who's probably the best pitcher in baseball right now. And Peterson's been great. I mean, he hasn't been as lights out as the rest of the rotation, but he's been great.
Yeah, Drew Peterson. David
Peterson.
Who's Drew
That's
Peterson?
the Blue Jay guy, I think.
Did I make that up? Is that a real person? Yo, heck is. Damn, I got to close out the browser again.
You know what?
I said Drew. I felt mad weird. But David Peterson was good for an entire half of baseball last year. And now has been good for, what are we at? Like a quarter mark already of this season. Like he's been very good. I would go as far as to say, I think he's equal with Manaea for the long haul. Like moving forward, I know Manaea hasn't pitched it this year, so it's a little bit unfair. But if Peterson ends up being the true number 2, pseudo number 1, 1B, if you will, for this team, I'm not shocked. I'm not putting anything past this dude at this point because I think he's been, that solid, that consistent.
Well, also remember 2022, prior to him getting hurt late in that August, he was probably their best pitcher from, like, they lost Scherzer and they didn't have DeGrom for most of that season. He didn't get hurt. I don't know if it was late August or early August. He was lights out. And not even just to make a joke, I also, for some reason, every time I went to Citi Field, he was pitching. So I saw like 6 of his starts that year. I mean, he had starts against the Dodgers where he was lights out. Like that year, that's really where I kind of bought into his stock. And then the year after, he was banged up, kind of struggled. Everyone kind of threw him out. And then last year, he came back and was elite at times. And he's kind of picked up where he left off last year. I trust him. Again, like I said, I trust Manaea and Senga a little bit more. Senga, ace, obviously. But I trust Manaea a little bit more. I really trust David Peterson.
Now, let's get to the token Yankee fan on this on this thing. And that's Heck. How do you feel about oh, God.
Well, the Undertaker's down
That's
that time.
Hector's music.
Oh, my God. It's Hector coaching.
I had that planned if the Knicks would have went up 3-0. If the Knicks, anyway, we'll get to that later. Heading into the Subway Series, how do you feel about the Yankees as a whole? And I don't mean that kind of whole.
Oh my God!
Pause.
That's your mic.
Oh, my fault. Thank you, Gallo.
Come on, Yankee fan. Are you wearing a Jazz Chisholm Yankee jersey? I mean,
yes, I'm
basketball
wearing
jersey.
the Jazz Chisholm basketball jersey. Don't be hating.
That jersey's fire. That jersey's
On the
fire.
back of it, does it say at 167 for his average?
First of all, no. All right, okay. How about that? It doesn't say that. All right, it says Swaggy P because he is the swaggiest person in Major League Baseball. I was gonna say,
And he's
shout out
batting
to you.
181, Al. He's batting 181. Right?
181, and it says Swaggy IL. Yes.
First of all, I was going to come in here giving you a compliment. I was going to say I love producing for you guys. You guys are awesome to listen to when I'm backstage. I appreciate the conversation. But then now Al's going to be a dick and be himself. But no, when it comes to the Subway Series, I'm excited because both the Mets and the Yankees are rocking right now. When you look at the New York Mets, I believe they are tied for the best record in Major League Baseball, and the Yankees are second in the American League behind the Detroit Tigers, fifth overall when it comes to the record. This is what we need in New York City. I don't know about you guys. You know, I'm 35. I'm not Al's age. I'm not casting SSI checks and paychecks at the same time, right? So I don't remember the last time all three teams in New York.
I wish I was hustling like that.
At this time was rocking, right? I don't remember the last time both the Yankees, the Mets, and the Knicks were playing this level of play right now. The Knicks in the postseason with the Yankees and the Mets. So I'm excited for this upcoming Subway Series. It's the second largest or highest price ticket in Subway history, in Subway Series history at Yankee Stadium, right? Wow. It's the highest price for a ticket for a playoff game at Madison Square Garden. So the brokies like myself is going to stay my ass home, right? I'm going to be working the Subway Series. Thank God for Latino sports. But I want to see what it's going to be like in Yankee Stadium with Juan Soto. It's going to be like when Alex Rodriguez returned to Seattle when he was with the Rangers and they were just throwing the fake monopoly money down on him. 80% of Yankee fans are dickheads, right? So I'm going to just admit that right now. So I'm just interested to see what happens this Friday in his first AB.
Well, I feel like it's going to be like Roger Clemens coming to Shea Stadium after ending Piazza's season. Like, I feel like it's going to have that kind of vibe. I don't think it's going to be like we wanted blood, but I do think it's going to be a rowdy, there's going to be fights. Unfortunately, until the Knicks game starts, early on in that game, there's going to be punches thrown, and then the same dudes punching each other are going to be holding each other as the Knicks clinch. But I really feel like honestly, and since that Sean Estes Roger Clemens game, it feels like the highest stakes, most tense Subway Series matchup we've had in a long time.
Yeah, we got 185 in the building. Guys, if you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. When it comes to subscribers, we are at 5,245, climbing, making our way as close to 10K as possible. So help us out by hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. To the fights real quick, and I'll throw it over whoever want to get. I just want to throw this out there. I think Yankee fans in that first game, right, are not going to be that wild because this is the first time Yankee fans have gotten together at home since Oswaldo Cabrera's injury. So myself and other Yankee fans, we're planning to do a tribute for Oswaldo during the roll call. I'm going to be going around asking Yankee fans how they feel about Oswaldo Cabrera. So I think the energy may not get to that level just because Yankee fans are getting together for the first time since Oswaldo's injury.
Which is a killer injury. Like, I love the dude, and that is a big miss for the Yankees.
Same.
Yeah. And I know Al is about to jump in and say something about DJ Le Pew Pew or something, but Oswaldo Cabrera, that was a brutal one. And, with the Tatum injury and that, like within, a few hours of each other, it's one of those moments where sports fans can kind of sit down and be like, all right, yeah, these guys get paid a lot of money. Yeah, they are celebrities and do whatever they want. But at the end of the day, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. They put their life on the line for this. To see someone go down and lose a year of their career, especially when they're young. I mean, obviously it sucks when you're older too, but when you're young in the prime of your career, making those waves, it sucks. And I felt like, again, not all Knicks fans and not all fans in general have the head on their shoulders to do this. But when a Knicks fan can say, hey, that was a great win. I'm so happy my team's up. But damn, prayers to Jason Tatum. I hope he gets better soon. I hope he recovers. And we need this type of star in the NBA healthy. It's one of those moments where sports fans can look at each other and be like, all right, this is a game. This is a game and this is fun. But then as soon as Juan Soto steps in that plate, heck, your Cabrera stuff is not going to matter, unfortunately, right? It's a little sad, a little insensitive to say, but Yankee fans are going to turn the hell up because they are keeping that same energy that they've had for the large part of this season and in the offseason, where it's been every single chance they can get to rip this dude down. Every single chance. And how is he going to respond becomes the question for Juan Soto. Is he going to sit in there, quiet, confident, and rip? Or is the noise going to get to him a little bit? He don't seem like the type that the noise is going to get to him. If anything, it seems like it's going to drive him a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's going to be extra focused. First of all, it's a lefty who's been pitching well for the Yankees. My man Carlos Rodon, who's now Carlos Rodon. He's been pitching well. I think he's going to be laser focused. Juan Soto's going to love nothing more than that first at bat to put one right over in that wiffle ball right field stands and to shut that whole crowd up. He's going to live for that moment. He will hit a home run tomorrow night. You can book it. I don't care what the odds are. He's hitting a homer tomorrow night.
Well, if he hits a home run, it would be, I'm just saying, in
God.
In the
Electric.
gamesmanship, true New York fashion, he would have a chain tucked away that he pulls out, and it's just a giant dollar sign that he just rolls out, and it's just coming around first base as I'm sure bottles are flying out there. Chicken buckets.
Chicken tendy buckets.
Yeah.
that would be epic. And it's the type of thing that as a non-New York fan, like you kind of have to be rooting for some moment like that, right? Like I was saying about the Knicks Celtics series, if I wasn't a Knicks fan and I wasn't a Celtics fan, like I'd be rooting for 7 games in this series because it's been epic fun. For Mets Yankees, if you're just an MLB fan, you're looking at this like, damn, I want some chaos. I want them to be throwing stuff at Juan Soto. I want him to go yard, and then I want Judge to go yard, and I want chaos in Yankee Stadium because that'll be the most electric atmosphere you could possibly find.
I'm gonna tell you, as somebody who's a Boricua and as somebody who's guilty, anytime I hear noise outside my building, I poke my head out to see what's going on out there. Entrometía, right? That's what my grandma liked to call me. Right? As much as I would love that, I don't want it, right? Because at the same time, like I said, I just enjoy when both the Yankees and the Mets are good. It makes the rivalry in the city so much better. I was at the Subway Series last year when a Yankee fan got jumped on the upper deck, got beat up by some Met fans, and then that one Met fan got caught by the same Yankee fans and his friends downstairs by the exit, and he ran and hit an elevator and wound up in like the executive suites, and the SWAT team came. It was crazy. It was chaotic last year at Yankee Stadium. I do not want to see that. I'm always somebody that preaches for everybody to go out there. If you're gonna have fun, just be safe and have fun responsibly. Don't be a douchebag. We're just trying to have a good time.
Just go with Knicks gear. Just go with Knicks gear. Nobody's gonna know if you're rooting for the Mets or the Yankees. Go with Knicks gear. You'll be fine.
Control chaos is what I like to call it. Like I think you fight at a sporting event, your priorities. You probably have child support checks that are bouncing right now. If you fight at sporting events, and that might be a subtle shot at some of my boys who may be watching this. But
no shade. We got over 205 people in the building. If you guys can, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, when it comes to subscribers, we are over 5,245 right now at the moment. We just got an extra subscriber, so we appreciate you guys. If you guys want, click the link in the bio. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter or Instagram, click the link in the bio and jump on over to YouTube. We got our guests backstage. We got Randy and Joe's Cruz, the Cruz brothers from Hoops in the Sun. Before we bring them in, there was this video that I saw, and hopefully this is something that could bring us all together. Shout out to Mark Teammaker, who is in the building. My guy, the Ace Avenue. How you doing, Ace? Salute. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. So hopefully this could bring us together and get us hyped for the Subway Series.
Up to you, New York. Look at Wilson! And fuck the Mets! Place is a dump! I'm never coming back here ever again!
Oh,
I got chills.
That's a good one.
I heard a lot of fuck the Mets in there, but I didn't know fuck the Yankees. So let me fill in. Show your face. Show your face. Show your face. Stop. You played a music video that said 2 little corny boys saying "fuck the Mets." So let me fill in the part that's true to say "fuck the Yankees from the Bronx."
All right, you got it out. I apologize. I messed up. So I'm gonna bring in the brothers. We got Randy, we got Joe's Cruz. Randy, let me get a thumbs up. Even though you're ready to rock, so let me bring up Randy real quick. So we got Randy Cruz in the building. Randy, how you feeling?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
Good, baby.
We got sound effects too. I love this show already.
Yeah.
Fucking Taco Bell commercial. I keep thinking.
Yeah, right.
we better get sponsored by the grilled cheese burrito. Let's go.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Let me bring up Joe real quick right now.
Yes, sir.
Add him to the thing. Bingo, bango. Give me 1 second.
We got a full house tonight.
Yes, we do. There we go. Bingo. Mr.
Yo.
Joe Cruz, how you doing? Senor Joe, hope all
What's
is well.
going on? What's going on? It's a lit company right here. Pleasure to be here. It's too lit on a non-Nick day. I like
Yes,
it.
Word.
sir.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, boys?
We're good. We're good.
We're getting ready, man. A month away from showtime, man. 25 years. Can you believe it? I can't.
Nah,
Wow.
man. Time went
Sur-
fast, man.
surreal moment.
Yeah, so before we get into the conversation, Joe and Randy, there's probably some people in the chat that wondering who's the Cruz brothers, what's Hoops in the Sun. So I'm gonna kick it over to you guys to let the people know. Introduce yourself. Let them know who Randy and Joe Cruz is, and let them know about Hoops in the Sun.
I'm Randy Cruz. Joe Cruz is my brother, and we've been doing Hoops in the Sun for this summer will be 25 years. Make a long story short, my dad, he was working for a company called Jennifer Convertibles back in the late 90s, and one particular month in the summertime of 99, he goes to California, does his job. Day off, he's walking around Venice Beach. He sees the beach, the sand, the boardwalk, the restaurants, the vibe, and knowing him being a big basketball fan from New York, he comes back and says, "Fellas, I got this great idea." And at the time, I'm like a junior, sophomore in high school. Joe was, at college already, and he says, "Yo, I think we could do our own basketball tournament." So my dad, he was working with Nike Pro City at the time with Ray Diaz, probably one of the only Boricua people to be running a prestigious basketball tournament in the city back at Hunter College, and just learning from him and the tutelage from Ray, he felt like, I can really do this on my own. But then it's like, where would you want to do it at? And then getting the inspiration from Venice Beach, Orchard Beach was our favorite hangout when we were young, going there in our young teens, and my dad, my mom, just the whole family. And he says, I think we could do a basketball tournament. And then we said where? He said Orchard Beach. And again, at the time, I'm young. I'm a still a basketball fan. Did not know much about how to run anything. And from that point on, Joe and I were just under his wing and learning every single day how to get teams, sponsors, meeting with the parks department, doing PowerPoint presentations, how to attract people to the park, getting talent. And then you fast forward 25 years, my dad passed away back in 04. And for the last 21 years, Joe and I have been really at the helm with our great staff of keeping this alive and, being different, innovative, creative, not standing still with the times. We're now in the social media digital era, and we feel like we do a great job of connecting that to our audience for so long. And it's just been a real surreal ride. Hector, you've been there a couple times. You know what it's like.
Love it.
It's hot outside. For those who don't know, it is very hot out there. So but that's the beauty of it. That's the makeup of the landscape of Orchard Beach. And Orchard Beach has been doing a better job of being a better venue for the people the last couple of decades. And from what I hear from the 70s and 80s and 90s, it was one way, and but now you fast forward to now, it's a much improved venue for kids, for men, women, all walks of life. And just being there is really surreal. I wouldn't do this tournament anywhere else. I wouldn't have a better partner than my brother Joe and our amazing staff for so long. And just getting a chance to experience 25 years this summer in about a month or so. We got some things to work out, but I think it's going to be a really, really incredible summer.
Now, how long is the tournament for, and who are some of the big names that have participated in these tournaments?
Joe.
I'll take that on, but why can't I see your face? You ask the kind of questions, those kind of questions like that, buddy. I don't even know who you are. Nah, so listen, I'll take it from there. Listen, I feel like a rock star when we speak about Hoops in the Sun. It's an honor to wear that badge, and when people say you've been around 25 years, and man, I tell you, half my life has been on that beach, right? And to sit here and to say that we're ready to have one of the best years, the best summers, it's kind of exciting to say. But some of the names that's been there more recently, last year, Carmelo Anthony was there. Shout outs to the three to the head. Okay. His prodigy, his son, is going to Syracuse. He played out there last year. We've had some of the at least 30 to 40 college players right now that's probably played hoops in the sun, from RJ Davis to Captain Jack to Ian Jackson to Kobe Brea from Kentucky, Malachi Smith going to UConn. We've been so blessed with young talent that have been out there, and to watch them play, collegiate basketball. Obi Toppin, Jacob Toppin. I mean, and it's overwhelming. Pros: Kimber Walker, Joakim Noah, Jimmer Fredette, Tracy McGrady, John Lucas III, Lance Stevenson. Randy helped me out.
Ron Artest,
Ron
Meta World
Artest,
Peace.
Meta World Peace.
Queensbridge.
That's right. That's
Full
right.
effect. Full effect. And I mean, I'm probably missing a few. Obi Toppin, who's now is a pacer. I played with his father, had him as a young kid there.
We also had Deuce McBride for the Knicks out there a couple times. He didn't play, but just show
for
love and
sure.
support.
Yeah. Last year they had a Knicks alum. Let's see, John Starks was there with Larry Johnson doing autographs. That was the first event that I went to, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
I played in one of their games, and Joe was the coach, and my sneakers broke on me. He was like,
Yeah, man. Listen, I met Heck. We had a good time, man. We definitely vibed out. I think that Orchard Beach is a place that everybody's welcomed, and I know Hector appreciated what we did, and I appreciated what he does, and definitely being a fellow Latino. We need more people like ourselves to be in these platforms, respectfully. So, we really are proud of what we've done. I think that my dad is proud of what we've done. And this year we're gonna honor him and make sure that people remember who he is, because some of the young cats out here don't even don't remember him. And some of my staff have reminded me that if you better not go this year without recognizing that man. I said, you know what? I get un papao if I don't do so. So I don't want to get no spoilers out, man, but we definitely have him in full effect in our prayers and in our thoughts, and definitely he'll be remembered and he'll be honored this summer. But also I want to give flowers to my brother and myself, man. I think that 20 years, we've been carrying a torch. Has been very heavy. As we say, the crown is heavy when you wear it, and we've been proud to wear it. I lost my hair doing it. If you can see, it's been burnt out, stressed out. It's hot, but listen, like Randy said, I wouldn't want no other job, man. It's truly a pleasure to bring the people like Carmelo and the people I mentioned for free for these kids to see, right? These people can't afford. No disrespect. I don't know people's pockets, but like, hey, listen, right now to catch a Knicks game in the playoffs, you got to give up at least 1,500, 2,000. So, if I could see Jalen Brunson or Josh Hart, these heroes that these Knicks have really injected a shot, they really gave us a shot in the arm. And, if I'm able to bring these guys, or Randy's able to bring these guys to the beach for free and have them see what we do, but also have them come and respect the beach and respect the Bronx, because we get a negative rap, man. They think that the Bronx is, a piece of shit, and it's not, man. There's a lot of hidden gems in the Bronx, and Orchard Beach and Hoops in the Sun is one of them. And if I'm able to get Jalen Brunson up there for free and have these kids, see their heroes for free, like, I just saved you $3,000, man. So all in God's work.
Facts.
Now that's special stuff. And if I'll just add this real quick, because doing anything for 20 plus years is insanely challenging, right? Like, you see some of the greatest companies, greatest establishments, greatest whatevers, making it 10 years is an accomplishment, 20 even more so. And now I know you said, when did your father start it? Not 20 years ago, more than that.
2000.
So 25 years.
25 years. Like, that's such a testament to like the care that you guys have. It comes through your voice in these moments, talking about the community, talking about, the amount of talent that's come through the tournament. Like, that's special stuff that like is platforms and building blocks for like generations now. That's crazy. Like, we talk about how there's 3 generations of Knicks fans who are living, or 2.5, whatever, living this playoff run for the first time. Like, now you're talking about 2.5, 3 generations going through a tournament that you guys built and carried that torch. Like, that is a testament to, hard work and great will. So shout out to y'all for keeping that going.
Thank you, man. It's funny you mentioned that, because it's weird how time flies. And, we have like, a legend like Kenny Satterfield, right? He played a long time ago at the beach, but now you fast forward, his son plays in the tournament. Like these long time legends are not having their kids play, and I'm like, oh, who's this? Oh, that's my son. Like, wow, it's like you get to really realize that time is flying by. Like now, their sons are incredible, and even like. We've been putting up some stuff on Instagram to kind of go, the throwbacks and everything, and the major turnarounds that beach has undergone. Like the first 2 years, we had steel backboards and like double rims, and like in 01, 02, whatever. It's like that's cool, but that has to change. That's not the norm to play real professional tournament style basketball. So my dad thinking, ahead of time, like we got to get the fiberglass in there, get the single rims, and do the court pavement, and do this and do that. Like, so we learned a lot from him. That still to this day, like we're still changing the venue. We're still changing. We always got to add something brand new. But still, 25 years seeing the revolving door of teams and players, referees, coaches, even sponsors. The sponsors are never the same after like maybe 2-3 years, and someone new comes in. You got to deal with them. Then they might let you go. So sometimes me and Joe have been really independent the last couple of years without a major apparel shoe deal to cover the uniforms, and that's been really humbling. And like, but no matter what, the show goes on no matter what, because if we shut down, the kids don't have that platform to go in the summertime. And we cater to a lot of the Northeast Bronx and Mount Vernon, 914, New Rochelle, that area, so that they really depend on us to really like, we need Hoops in the Sun to be, alive, up and running, because if we shut down, then I just can't even imagine what it would be like. The closer we had was the pandemic, and it was like, oh, I'm glad you guys are still there doing your thing. I don't know what the Bronx would be like without you guys. So just hearing that, when you're in the moment, you don't really notice it. But like when you are in your downtime during the off season, people start thanking you and saying, listen, without you guys, I don't know where my son would be, my daughter. So Hoops in the Sun has really meant a lot. We just haven't heard that too much to our face, but when we hear it, it's really humbling.
Yeah, and real quick, I wanted to just say something, because Randy, I followed you from afar, Hoops in the Sun, all that. I think I found you actually through you posted something about wrestling, and I've just kind of watched you for a while. But
that's him. That's him, not me. That's him.
It's all good. We're all like that. But the one thing that I always love about this, I haven't been there, I got to change it this summer, is a lot of things have changed in New York in 25 years. A lot of things are unrecognizable. But one thing you guys have not just contributed to the community, but also our history of hoops. And I always love that about it. Again, I've never been, but I've always followed from afar. So it's something I really loved, especially, we've all lived here right now. Everything keeps changing every year. And you guys honestly keep a lot of tradition going and keep a lot of true New York, like, in this event, which is amazing.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Anthony, listen, I tell you, like, my best friend Kendrick, and many people like you just said, sometimes when you like Randy said, when you're in it, you don't understand what this means to people. And as I got older, I'm not gonna tell you my age, but I got older, Anthony, I realized that this shit really means a lot to people, man. Like, like I laugh because I'm a real humble person. Listen, I'm 5'6" on a good day, so me playing basketball, it was it for a few minutes. But my dad knew that this is our true destiny. Whereas you can still make money and impact basketball without playing basketball. And I think that from a player to then transitioning to being a co-CEO, my brother has taken a lot of responsibility for me. And just being a junior alone is a heavy name to follow. But getting back to your point, over the past 5 years, I really truly realized like this tournament is like a lifeline to people. You know what I'm saying? And when I see the same fans coming back from 25 years ago, it's like, damn, you still here? Like you still make a commitment to come see us, and it's a true testament to what we do and what we mean to people. And sometimes we take it for granted, and we don't mean to be on. We don't do it intentionally, but now that I see people, now that I realize that this is truly a lifeline to people, like now I know how much we mean to people. And these kids have a lot to be given. And when we were all younger, we didn't have these resources, and if we did, we wanted to be in the block and just stay within our 5-mile radius. And I test all my kids now, like I know I believe in the hood. I believe in those kind of settings, but sometimes you need to come out that to be a little bit more daring. And these kids take a chance to come up to the beach and show their talents. These parents and these coaches and people trust us with their business, right, and with their kids. So it's a true testament to what we do. Randy and I are not, we're not fathers, so we consider all these kids and people that we touched along the way, our kids. And like I tell you, when I see them on TV, or when they give me a call, when they text me or send me a jersey, or their fathers call me randomly and say, "Yo, my son's playing. He wants you to check him out." Like, that's the small things you want, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
money is not always the root of it, right? I have to survive, but getting those calls are truly much more monumental than $500, $200 that you're gonna get from this shit. And I did love Kiss. I just love people be successful. I believe in it because my dad tested us to be in this situation 25 years ago without him knowing this is going to be the outcome of what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, I just want to add on real quick before I throw it over to Al. We got 295 people in the building watching us right now. Whether you're watching us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, click the link in the bio, jump on over to YouTube, and join the conversation. Shout out to Pete Kennedy, Anthony Gallo, Al Cintron, and we got Joe and Randy Cruz from Hoops in the Sun. Like Anthony Gallo put in the chat, Hoops in the Suns on socials. If you want to follow them and follow the tournaments. I just want to add real quick also.
Yeah.
Being there up close and personal, there's a difference between basketball tournaments and what you guys put on, right? Because you could tell with you guys and the coaches and the volunteers and the people that work for you guys all love and care what you're doing. It's not transactional, right? You're not looking at these kids as a meal ticket. You're not looking at these kids like some of the AAU programs that are out there that are guilty of looking at these kids as of just bringing a bridge for the coach's career. Hearing the coaches that you guys have on the team preach to the kids, like, listen, at the end of the day, pick up your teammate, right? It's not all about winning. It's going out there, it's hustling, and it's giving in your all. That right there is what stood out to me last year when I was there, because the sports world could be very loving, but could be very toxic at the same time, especially when it comes to coaches. And that's something my girl noticed. And when I told her that you guys were coming on, she was like, make sure you mention that to her, because as somebody who isn't a basketball fan, she said that right there is what caught her eye.
Hey, and sweetheart, I appreciate that. And listen, I'm gonna tell you the reason why that happens is because, listen, I used to be a player that never got a call to play with anybody on the tournament. I was always trying to get on, trying to get on, trying to get on. So I know how it is to be, a 14, 13-year-old kid trying to live their dream out, and depending on somebody else is a huge outcome. For me, I want to make sure everybody in the tournament has the opportunity to be successful, but also have a chance to play. The acts that we do is genuine, like we really care. And listen, heck, everybody, it's a major commitment to go to Orchard, bro. It's a day full event, right? You have to make sure that you understand that as a customer, what can I do to make sure that they're interested in the next 2-3 hours while it's 97 degrees on the forehead, right? And I gotta watch my son whether he's winning or he's getting blown out. How am I to keep entertained? So that's music, that's the
Ain't that
DJ,
many
that's the
trees
announcer.
Yeah.
Ain't no shade either. Ain't no shade up there in Orchard Beach.
no.
There's none. There's none.
Joe, I
So
just
what
hope you put sunscreen on your head too, dude, for that.
Not a bucket hat. The bucket hat.
The first time I was there, I wore a hat like this by accident, and I came home.
And you know what, Heck, real quick, I think
a lot of stories like that.
I think what Heck mentioned is Hoops in the Sun. It is a basketball tournament. We understand that. But as time evolves, this is becoming more of an event than just basketball, because one, the location, two, we watch the NBA, we watch baseball, we watch pro wrestling, and it's like you want the storytelling, you want the reason. Hey, why am I gonna drive all the way to Orchard Beach, pay $10 parking, be in a hot ass sun, and be in a hot ass bleachers? What's gonna make me spend a whole day out there? And it's the collegiate athletes, it's the high school athletes, it's the big time matchup of a big time rival, of a championship game rematch. It's Joe always says you're pretty much running two leagues at one time, because we got two courts. So it's like everything is spread out. You see the kids over here, then you got the men's over here, and it's like you're going back and forth. And it's like I'm trying to find out which one to watch, because everything is so captivating. And the last couple of years, I think post-pandemic, we're like, this is more of an event kind of thing where Joe mentioned there's announcing, there's DJs, there's contests, there's giveaways, there's a area behind the basket we call the living room where everybody just likes to hang out, where the only shade you're gonna find is behind that one basket. And it just seeing like everything you're showing, like it just these kids are like super duper dope in high school. That guy Anderson Diaz is a junior, a sophomore in high school, and is probably one of the best players in New York City, and he's only 16 years old, and he's making it look so easy on the court. So it's just seeing stuff like that and following their path and their journey, and to say, you know what, when it's all said and done, this kid paved the way by playing at the beach. So when we're doing all this throwback stuff, I found a lot of photos of kids who are in college now, NCAA March Madness now, and I say, man, they were here when they were 16, 15, 14 years old. And it just knowing that, hey, if they go to the pros, that's great. It's like, hey, we have another person that came from the trenches of Orchard Beach, and Orchard Beach is a landmark to us. So like, when you mentioned the Dykmans and the Rutgers and West Fourth, Hoops in the Sun, Orchard Beach is now in that category of like, if I'm a ball player, I gotta hit this court before I leave New York or go away, whatever. I gotta touch this hollow ground when it's all said and done.
Now, Heck, I got a question for you, Heck. 'Cause I heard you say you pulled a Zion when you were playing, you blew out a tire. And what the fuck happened, bro?
First of all, I was wearing my gym sneakers, right? You feel me? Because I'm proud of myself. I lost like 90 pounds in like a year and shit like that. So I was wearing my gym sneakers. They were a little bit sweated out. So when I got on the court, I kid you not, I get the ball, I go do a 1-2 shoot. The bottom of my fucking right sneaker collapsed and exploded. And I looked at Joe. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Not the first time. Not the first story.
It's not
we
the
heard.
first time I had a flat tire, man. There's been time where sneakers the rubber's been melting on the floor. It's been so hot. So
Yep.
you actually survived pretty good.
I was Christian. I got my christening over there at Hoops in the Sun. But one thing, like Randy said and Joe said earlier, they make sure that every kid plays. They make sure that every kid touches the court, and they make sure everybody get their burn. And like I said, the amount of care from the coaches, it shows, and that's what stood out to me and my girlfriend more than anything else.
No question. Listen, my dad taught us that as a young age, man. You get back what you want to get back in return. And listen, to have stories like this, to have people call us back. Look, now we have all these former stars coming back this year because they know it's a big year. To have that kind of reputation, they don't owe us anything. Heck, you know what I'm saying? They don't owe us anything to come back. So then to feel like this is a must be, that we have to show our face to show, show love to Joe. And the tournament is truly what my dad wanted. My dad wanted an extended family, extended basketball family, and he wanted our Black and brown community to come together, man. At that time, we were always trying to figure out who was better, who's not. And honestly, it's a Black and brown game, you know what I mean? And we got to realize that. So we pivoted, we're moving, and I'm a fan of these kids, man. Like I'm too old to be cheering for a 60-year-old kid, but I'm saying like just the creative canvas. They basketball's a canvas, and when I see a certain move or a layup or something like it's like out of ordinary, it's like, oh, you're not supposed to do that at 14 years old. Let me check you out, and it's like you're putting his painting together, and then you see in his portrait, and it's like, damn, that kid could play. And then that's how I see the game. When I see these kids dunking and driving, and it's just like this grit. It's like a pure joy of like, you're trying to get out of a hostile situation like the neighborhood or whatever, just to get an opportunity to get looked at to get to the next level. And that's where I see certain players, certain guys, all these superstar kids that come here. And sometimes they do what Heck did, throw a flat tire sometimes. Sometimes they're not built for Hoops in the Sun. And that's what I love about Hoops in the Sun. It's a different environment. It's a different challenge. You got to battle the sun, the wind, the ground, and all the other elements that go into that game. And if you're able to master that, then you've conquered street ball's Mount Everest.
Yeah, and Al, don't be sleeping on me, all right? 2005 Brown Memorial Baptist Church, most improved player over here, all right? Don't sleep on me. Okay, before we transition to
my man's talking basketball league or 2005. Like,
Don't play,
come on,
man.
man.
Proof for a reason. Anywho,
Come on, man. You were bootlegging in the wheelchair league. What you talking about?
Oh, we could do we could do Hector and against Al 1-on-1 the beach.
Oh,
this summer.
let's go.
listen.
Me and Gallo will referee it.
Hey, that could be on July 26th, All-Star Weekend.
All-Star
July
Weekend.
26th.
You better bring back up sneakers, bro. You're gonna be blowing a lot of tires, bro.
Listen, I'll be wearing my Jesus Steppers 2025. All right, hold that. Okay?
All
You
your-
don't rap it.
all
I'll
your
bring the ice
subscribers-
packs.
All your subscribers got to be the judges for the game. All your subscribers.
Yeah, live stream it.
No refs.
Cheesy Soul Cakes in the chat says the playgrounds in New York City are just iconic, but not but also a part of the culture. I lived in 14 states. No one depends on their parks like we depend on ours. From the Rucker to West 4th to Dykeman, and you could throw in Orchard Beach in there as well. Al, I'll kick it over to you. Joe and Randy, let them know the schedule real quick before we start talking Knicks. Randy got a dope show where he does cover hoops, so I want to get his perspective when it comes to the Knicks, this playoff series. But let them know the full schedule before we switch and talk about the playoffs.
I want to go back to that in the last comment real quick.
Go ahead, bro. My fault.
No, just like, you know, those words are true because, you know, when the NBA is over, you know, these kids and these grown people look at June, July, and August. This is their NBA. So this is their time to talk their shit and, you know, do what they gotta do and make the money. And like they can't wait for this. It don't matter if it's Rucker, West 4th, Dykeman. There's so many tournaments in New York City, and there's always somewhere to go and play on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, afternoon. It don't matter. Watson, Hoops in the Sun, and it's like even like me and Joe, we really get psyched up for this because it's like, one, you get to see everybody again. You've been at home all year, the winter and everything, and you see all the kids, all the grown-ups. Hey man, how you doing? And what team you're playing for? You get to see what teams that want to get in this summer. So like Joe's been getting a lot of calls from a lot of brand new teams that want to get in, which is always good because you want to, you know, bring out some new people, some new stars. But this is just, you know, we're a month away from June, and I just know it's going to be a lot of, you know, shit talking from minute one to the end of August, and this is what they live for. This is what they get happy about. It's super exciting. So those who've never been to any of these tournaments in the city, you got to go check it out at least one time to get the vibe of New York City, whether it be Brooklyn, Harlem, the Bronx, Manhattan. It don't really matter. The Heights. It's truly a remarkable thing to be a part of. But the schedule, as of right now, we're going to kick off Father's Day weekend, June 14th, June 15th. The games will be from 11 o'clock to 6 p.m. As of now, every Saturday and Sunday until August 16th, August 17th, which will be the championship weekend. Looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a wild 2-month ride. We're trying to get some more days out there, but you know, if it changes, we'll let you guys know. But right now, every weekend from June 14th all the way to August 17th.
Copy.
All right, so we will touch base on that. We'll recap that later on before we go. But you know, the big story around here is the Knicks and the Celtics. How you feeling confidence wise going into Game 6 tomorrow night, Friday night, New York City, Madison Square Garden?
Listen, man. All I know is there's a lot of things going on in New York tomorrow. You got the Knicks, Boston. You got Mets, Yankees. I think something else was going on. But it's Soto's back in town, and the Knicks have a very, very important game. I would love for them to take care of everything tomorrow. You cannot go back to Boston for Game 7 just because my anxiety will go up, and it's like anything could go wrong in Boston and everything. So Indiana's still waiting, so you don't want to give them more time to be fully healthy and fully rested. So I'm looking forward to them to get it done tomorrow, however they can. You know, whether it's Brunson, Bridges, Cat, Hart, OG, like, you know, Deuce, Mitchell Robinson, who hit every free throw last night. If we can get that tomorrow, that'll be fucking perfect. But to see a Knicks Pacers conference finals like it's the 90s will be fantastic. But they just, you know, I think the crowd tomorrow is the sixth man. They got to be behind them and give them that energy, and they got to play with this sense of urgency. Like, listen, this is a very big game. You haven't closed out a series since 1999 at the Garden. You know, let's change it up. First time in the conference finals in 25 years. Let's make it happen for New York.
What a time to be alive in New York. In 25 years I've been doing basketball, I don't think this energy been matched with Hoops in the Sun, but this New York Knicks team has overmatched us because they're playing the way we expected them to play, man. And this team is special. They have some work to do tomorrow, big time. They're on the home floor. You have the crowd with you. You have all momentum. You know what? You let Game 5 slip. I give you that. But you can't let them get an opportunity. You can't give Boston any room to breathe.
Mm-mm. No.
I was talking to Randy earlier. I said Pritchard is a mother effer. You let him
He's
get
a
open, man.
motherfucker. You can say it.
He
Pritchard's a
is. I'm
motherfucker,
sorry. Yeah,
man.
I'm
That
sorry. I'm
motherfucker's a motherfucker. He's a motherfucking motherfucker.
Well, he's a motherfucker. Very 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 efficient. He's exactly what the Knicks don't have, a knockdown shooter. He's confident. What worries me is that we lost the last game without Porzingis being a factor. And then you I don't know, some way somehow we got this other the big man we used to have a couple years ago.
Luke
Now
Cornell,
now
white shot.
Yeah.
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 Now Cornette want to be the fake Scalabrini, start bringing back 7 blocks and rebounds. But listen, tomorrow it's got to be New York. Oh, that's it. Bridges, where are you? Adenobi, where are you? There's a warrant for you. You're gonna pay a lot of money for these wings, aka the wing stop. You got to get them to really, produce. Jalen Brunson is gonna do what he does. Cat got to stop acting soft and being so tender around the rim. He has to finish. He has to hit the jumper. I think he had only made 2 threes in the series.
Mm.
Where's that threat from the 3-point line for him to be effective? Um, but with all those things being said, it's a great time to be alive. New York has really injected this city with so much hope and energy, and I think that tomorrow we bring it home. I wouldn't want no other way because I want to see Reggie Miller in New York again, and I want to make sure that he doesn't come out with a win because I know they're gonna put him on this. I know they're gonna put him on the series on purpose, right? So I can't wait for that. I think the best 2-point guards in the East is Halliburton and Brunson, and you'll be able to see that on display. As much as they want to talk about Cleveland and Boston, those are the 2 best point guards, and they've been playing the best in these playoffs. And they're ahead of the Snakes. So how they go is how the game would be dictated. But if we have all our contributional players put in, I think that we have a way to get into the finals, and this would be one of those years that you could do it right now because this is probably the most unpredictable playoffs that you've seen in quite some time, and
Facts.
probably the most vulnerable. And I think that if the stars are aligned in my favor, I want to see Cat against the Wolves and bring it home for New York Knicks and
Yep.
tell you this is the reason why the trade worked and this is why the trade didn't work.
Facts.
Yeah, cause we got Randall in the conference finals right now. Got Dante over there.
Balling.
So, yeah,
Juju's
they're
balling.
doing very well. Very
Randall's Randall's playing like he's got a vendetta on his arm. I never seen him play this well, man. He's so efficient, solid. I think he's fully healed. I think he's really comfortable in his position. I think he has not the New York pressure that he's had every single time. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's able to his game to be flourished in that situation, and his game fits well with and Edwards, right? And I think they have a great scheme for him. But I think also Cat works well for here in New York. It gives us a stretch 4 or 5. It gives us a defensive presence. We got some rebounding. Our bench is weak. I don't know why they're not playing Shamit. I'm not too sure why they're not playing a few other guys like Achua. But listen, I never second guess Thibodeau. I mean, he's the coach of the year. He's got us 50+ wins in 2-3 years straight. We ain't seen as much wins in New York in quite some time, homie. So I'm gonna ride with him until this is otherwise, man. So I got Nixon 6 tomorrow. We're bringing home, and then I want to see the hungry 7th Avenue people out there thirsty for a W. Stay out there for an hour after the game and start chanting
Oh,
"Fuck
boy.
you, Trey," and then all that shit goes on. Bring on the Pacers, fuck Halliburton, whatever. It's what we're about, man. If you can't play in the jungle, you can't play nowhere. So shout to New York.
Go,
Yeah.
go ahead, Peter, and whoever want to take it. Go
Well, I
ahead.
was gonna say we need the SVU crew out there lined up, ready to arrest Jaylen Brown. None of that sus shit tomorrow because that's wild. Should have been a flagrant 2.
Yeah,
But
man.
Yeah.
I'm
It should have been a
confident.
flagrant 3. It's 2 balls in his
Flagrant
back,
3,
bro. He grabbed
that's
everything,
crazy.
bro. What the fuck?
You can't
bro?
grab that.
Hey,
No, I'm
besides,
Flagrant 3.
I feel
Besides
good.
that, besides
Yo.
that issue, like he had a very good game. I never see him has 10 assists in the game, 12
Facts.
assists in the game. That's
Yeah, career
you
high.
know,
Yeah.
career high. Again, I'm not a Boston fan, far from that, but he had probably one of his best all around games he had in a while. So if we can neutralize him and keep him at bay, and then this damn freaking Derek White,
Dude, I was about to say.
I just don't know why he gets so open. He's the best shooter on the floor. I don't know how he gets so open, but hopefully tomorrow those shots don't go down, and Tibbs has a scheme for them to, come out with the victory.
Yeah, Derek White is the guy who scares me the most. I got to be honest. I mean, I know Jaylen Brown played, incredibly efficient and really well last night, but this is like a thing now where he doesn't miss, right? 2 games in a row. He started off 4 for 4 and then 5 for 5 from the field. It's a different beast with him because he's got that confidence with the shooting that he's never had before in his career, right? Remember him in San Antonio. He wasn't shooting it, letting it fly like that. Boston unlocked him because he was always an efficient player. He was always crafty and a great organizer. And now they're like, yeah, you're a great shooter. Let it rip. And it makes me nervous as hell. I got to be honest here. But I want to bring up OG because if we're being real, when OG plays well, this team is nearly unstoppable. I think he's the X factor. We point to Bridges' offense quite a bit about what he does in fourth quarters, and he's had 2 incredible fourth quarters offensively. But when OG has 20, this team has a completely different balance to it. It has a completely different threat to the offense because we know what he's going to do on defense. That's consistent. It is what it is there. Offensively, he's had duds or absolute bangers, and we need a banger from OG in Game 6.
I don't want to sound like I'm fully defending OG, but I think if there's a reason why he's having these ups and downs, I think when the fact that when you have to guard Tatum or Brown pretty much the whole game and still try to get your offense on,
it's a great point.
It's tough. But listen, it's the playoffs. This is why we signed you. Why we brought you here, because we really believed in you and Mikal to be the stoppers of a Brown and Tatum and other people in the league. But I told Joe it's got to be one of those guys got to be on for you at least, because last night, OG had like 5 or 6, Mikal had like 9. So and then you get what you get from Caps, but one of those got to be on for you. Like Mikal was on in Game 4, I think. OG, matter of fact, both OG and Mikal were on in Game 4. I'm like, oh shit, 20 plus. Like, if you get that consistently, then sky's the limit. But if OG's giving you 5 and Mikal's giving you 4 on, like, then it's more on Brunson.
You got no shot.
More on Cat. Like, everybody. Josh Hart gave you 20 plus last night.
He was hitting threes
with a fucking busted face. I'm like, hey, where's everybody else at? But listen, I think being home is gonna be beneficial, and I think they know the sense of urgency. Like, fellas, we cannot leave here with the L. There's no way, because everybody got to play their part tomorrow.
Yo, big shout out to Mitchell Robinson, man. Let me tell you something. That man is a targeted man, and every game, if you're targeted for the one thing you don't do well, and you do it perfectly in the Game 5, like, that guy's confidence could have been went down all the way to the ground, and his minutes could have been really, really minimal, and he's probably one of the biggest factors in New York right now in this whole series. Like, in limited minutes, with liability offensively, with him being targeted with free throws, with all that kind of stuff, his confidence could have been shot. The way he bounced back, the way he plays, the way he's contributing, I got to give a big shout out, because I know New York is tough on these players, man. And if I'm missing free throws and I'm getting fouled on purpose and I'm like losing or I'm contributing to loss, it would mess with me. It would mess with my psyche. So, shout out to Mitch, man. He's a big time player.
Go ahead, Al.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what Joe Mazzulla does. Does he start Porzingis, or does he bench Porzingis for Luke Cornett, who was a factor? Like I said, he looked like the white Shaquille O'Neal out there. He was blocking everything versus the Knicks in Game 5. He was a real difference maker. I wasn't confident going into Game 3, and they got blown out. I wasn't confident going into Game 5, but I did guarantee on my show on the Fan over the weekend they would win Game 4, and I'm guaranteeing again the Knicks will win in Game 6. It's going to be a Friday night party, whether you're at Billy's, the Yankee Stadium, or whether you're at Yankee Stadium itself, or whether you're in 7th Avenue. Just don't get arrested, you knuckleheads. It's going to be a fucking party in the streets of New York City tomorrow night.
If I can ask one question before we head out, I know I could tell Heck is a Yankee fan, but who's the Yankee fan, Mets fans on here? And are we?
Heck's by himself.
I'm by myself. I'm the only Yankee
Yeah.
fan.
Rex
Mets
the
fans
fucking
up
Yankee
here.
fan.
Wow.
That's it.
Oh, so
we all
so
rock the Knicks,
Ant,
though.
Pete, and Al all are very happy for Soto's return to the Bronx tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
see,
Oh,
sir.
yeah,
you
he's
see
home.
Soto? You see Soto, Randy? Fuck out of here. We don't need nobody but Soto, baby.
So,
In Soto, we
see what
trust, man.
Wait, are
Soto's
you guys
going deep.
different
Come on.
fans? So wait, Joe, you're a Met fan. Sounds like. Randy, are you not?
I have no dog in the fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but like I'm not gonna say it. Like I like Judge, I like Soto, I like players. But I'm not a diehard Met fan or Yankee fan. Knicks fan, yes. No Jets, no Giants, no Mets,
thank
no
God for you.
Yankees.
Well, you're smart in the football one. You're smart with the football one. That's for damn sure.
I'm Minnesota Vikings, so at least I'd be a real.
Still better than being Jets fan.
Hey, Al. Hey,
You
Al.
guys, Joe.
Al.
Oh, go ahead. My fault.
Yo,
I was driving today with my brother on the Canyon of Heroes, and I had an inspiration. Randy said, "Damn, imagine Knicks win this. Do you imagine how flooded this city would be?"
Oh, it'd be
I
mayhem.
said, "Yo,
Be mayhem.
it would be a national holiday if
Oh
these
my
guys win this
God.
whole shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like
wait,
it's
you said
surreal.
a national holiday. It'll be a holiday month. Like they're
It'd
gonna
be
have to.
crazy.
I remember when I had Ian on. I was like, Ian, if the Knicks win the championship, they're gonna have to lock down the city for a month. He said he's leaving the city. Like it's gonna be a fucking
And
nightmare. The Knicks win
if
the
the Mets win too in the same year, oh
No, I think
man.
no. I think it would be unhinged if the Knicks won. If the Knicks win the championship, you better hide the women and children. If you just,
Yeah.
you better be out of the city. I'm telling you right now.
Al,
Yeah.
the fans celebrate in front of MSG even when they lose. Just imagine when they win.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Crazy,
Jay,
man.
Jay Goins in the chat. I'm here with you too, Hector. Absolutely. Joe,
right.
just so you know, Pete, Anthony, and Al know the reason why I am a Yankee fan, because shout out to my mom. My mom is a diehard Mets fan, right? I'm the only person in my family that's a Yankee fan, and it's because my mom,
Smart.
single mom, right? Single mom. She wanted that rivalry in the household, so she forced me to be a Yankee fan, so she could have somebody to go back and forth with. So my Yankee fandom is because of my mom, who's a diehard Met fan. And I'm gonna let you guys know this is why I brought my mom on Mother's Day, right? This is why I got her on Mother's Day.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
gotta give it to her.
That's
Hold on.
awesome. That's dope.
Gary Carter was her favorite Met of all time. I got the Clay Holmes giveaway for her, so I'm a good son. All right, just know that.
Respect.
Nice.
Respect.
I like that hat, man. That's actually that's a nice gem right there.
I was able to have a nice one-on-one conversation with Alex Cohen this past Sunday on Mother's Day, because I was rocking my PR hat. I did that purposely, and she stopped me. She was like, "I really like your hat," and we had a real nice conversation. I was telling her where my family's from in Puerto Rico. She's amazing. Everything culturally that's going on with the Mets, she definitely has a hand in it. And the way that things are shaking up now with the Mets, Steve Cohen and his wallet, absolutely. But Alex Cohen behind the scenes, she does a lot of stuff that she don't get credit for.
Shout out.
Love it. I got 3 words. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
They better get it done. You guys want to give the details of your tournament real quick again?
Yeah, so Hoops in the Sun, year 25, Orchard Beach. That's the place to be at, starting June 14th, June 15th. And every weekend from 10 to 6, all the way to August 16th, 17th. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that good jazz, at Hoops in the Sun. Stay tuned for some updates, scheduling updates. We got the Knicks coming in July 26th for 3-on-3. We got a couple ideas coming up. So stay tuned with that, and let's go Knicks.
Yes. Randy and Joe, whatever you guys need from me, Latino Sports, Julio, whatever you guys need, just know that we here for you. We one call away. Send the bat signal when we there.
Hey, listen, we might have an event early June. Working on like our uniform unveiling at a spot downtown. So once we get the details for that, it's confirmed, then you'll be the first one to know.
We got you. And we might want you to do a live show there, so we got to talk.
Man, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Appreciate
All
you
right.
guys. This
And
was
that means Al, the screen on, Al.
That's right.
Wait, no, time out. Wait, did they explain? Hold on a second, man. Did they say this, bro? Like,
He
I
didn't even get one full second.
My man
no, like
sleeping.
I was sleeping, man. They called me, woke me up. Like I've been going to bed early, man. Like, when you waking
Oh,
up,
man.
nah, come on. We waking up for the hotel early in the morning, and then you got coworkers sick, rubbing their germs on fucking everything, and then you go into the studio at the fan, and let's face it, it wasn't for my cologne. Gallo, you should know that studio be smelling funky if it wasn't for my cologne.
Can't confirm. It gets funky in there.
Randy, Joe, Cruz, appreciate you guys like always. Folks, make sure you guys go and follow them. Hoops in the Sun on all social media platforms. This is the Cruz Brothers, Randy and Joe. Later, fellas.
Hey,
Thank you,
man.
man. We
Thank you, Hector.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you, family. God bless you
I'll
guys.
follow
man.
you
See
guys
soon.
after the show for sure. Yeah.
Please,
Pleasure,
man. You
pleasure.
listen, whenever you guys want to come down, just like you told me, Hector, same way with Latino Sports, what you got going on, just give us a call. So, Anthony, the team, Al, P, Web want to come down, just let me know. We got seats for you front row.
I'll be there.
Cool.
Shout out.
Sounds
Thank you,
good.
guys.
Yeah. Thanks, man. For
All
sure.
right,
Thank you,
guys.
fellas. We
Hey,
You
appreciate
be
it.
well, man. God
All
bless you
right.
guys.
You
Appreciate
too.
you. Appreciate y'all.
That was dope. Those guys are
Yeah,
great.
yeah. And now the only bad thing about them going is that I gotta see a Yankee Jazz Chisholm jersey a little closer. It goes from 6 boxes to 4. See that fucking.
I can't front. It's basically the Knicks jersey, so I can't hate on it.
It's a fire jersey. It's a
Come
fire
on, Al.
jersey. Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
gotta-
did y'all peep this right here? Look at
Yes,
Is
this.
that
I
a
did.
vinyl?
That's
This
fire.
is a vinyl of the 19 what is it, the 1970, where is the year on it? Damn, it's not the 69. I don't think it's the 73 when they made it to the World Series.
Is that
Yeah, that's when they lost. That's when they lost to
Hey.
the Oakland.
Yeah, there
But
was
it's a full play-by-play of the series.
Oh, it was like the Meet the Mets song just over and over again.
Yeah, it's 1 hour of fun, fans, interviews, and play-by-play action. That's what it says in the back.
That's actually pretty dope.
Those are New York Metropolitans.
Yeah, fire.
No, that's fire. That's fire. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I just want to say real quick, when it comes to the Knicks, right? Lou Cornett, that's somebody that I don't think Tom Thibodeau had in his game plan when it comes to the matchups going into game 5, now going into game 6. You can't sleep on the backup players. There's a reason why the Boston Celtics, everybody said they had the best bench in the entire NBA, and that's because at any minute they can snap their finger and one of their guys can come in and produce. You saw it with Lou Cornett and you saw it with Derek Rice. So I think the game plan, and Joe Mazzulla with Jason Tatum out, and Jason Tatum, I wish you a speedy recovery. He's probably going to miss all of next year. Joe Mazzulla, his game planning, his technician, being a technician, was on full display yesterday. And of course, the referees and those 5 fouls on Jalen Brunson in the third quarter, which was ridiculous.
I've never seen that. I've never seen anything like
Two or
that.
3 were trash.
I'm going to say something, man. I don't want you guys to get mad at me. Outside of one of those, Jalen can't be reaching like that. Like, there's a point where you have to tell yourself, I'm not getting the benefit of the whistle. And those last two,
the last one was bad.
Two were soft. I thought 2 were soft.
Yes, but the last two in the third quarter specifically, not the one he fouled out on, those are dumb fouls by him. Like, you gotta just let them get the bucket, because you are more important. Those 10, 15 points he might have had in the fourth were more important than that 2 points right there. I thought outside of Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson, no one met the moment, and that includes JB and Cat. Honestly, I don't think there's been a New York athlete, maybe Aaron Rodgers a little bit. I don't think there's been a New York athlete that gets paid as much, has as much hype, and has kind of gotten a pass from a lot of people. He was awful yesterday. And what pissed me off the most, I would have rather see him dog walk it in the fourth, but JB gets fouls out, and now you jumping on the floor for balls, now you throwing elbows, you going up for the boards. It was infuriating. Even my girl who's rooting for the Celtics, she goes, he's not fooling anybody. Now he's going up for on the glass. I was like, this is a bad look on his part. So he, out of everybody, he better come out guns blazing on Friday.
Facts.
No, that's well put. And I gotta say about the Celtics' success in that game too, or not game 2, but game 5, game as well. There's something that Ryan Russillo and Bill Simmons always called the Doc Rivers theory. And it's basically when your star is out and you play better for whatever reason, it's kind of like that, you're greater than the sum of the parts or whatever, that whole saying. And that's exactly what the Celtics had. Like, they got contributions from everywhere. Like, Sam Hauser hasn't played in 4 games. He comes in, hits a couple threes. Lou Cornett looked like damn Bill Russell out there. Like, everybody was clicking on all cylinders. And that Doc Rivers theory, it don't last forever, right? Like it's kind of like that. Oh, you expected us to roll over. Here we are. We're throwing everything at you. And I'm hoping that comes to earth a little bit. Now, game 6 will not be easy. I have no expectations for the New York Knicks to win this game by 15 points, 20 points. That don't really exist in the Knicks DNA, frankly, especially against good teams. Celtics without Tatum, still a really good team. So it's going to be tight, but I expect some of that, like, catch you off guard nature of them coming at you from all these different angles is going to be quelled a little bit. And the Doc Rivers theory will kind of fall back just a tad, just enough for the Knicks to strike.
Pete, I'm glad you said what you said, that the Boston Celtics are still a good team. Because if you look up and down their roster, I know Porzingis has been shit, but he can go for 15 to 20.
Mhm.
You got Pritchard. You saw what he's already done this series. Jaylen Brown, he was locked in. And Derek White, who scares me more than Jason Tatum. I know people thought I was nuts when I said that. I'm like, he just does. He doesn't miss. He just does not miss. Then you got Drew Holiday, who can go off. I know he's 35 years old and he's got an injured hamstring, but he can go off. My thing is this, and I've said it from the beginning. I've been saying it for 2+ years now on the radio, in that just give me the Celtics versus the Knicks fully healthy, whether it was last year's team or this year's team, and I'll take my chances. And we were 3-1. We had a golden opportunity to put a funeral in Boston. We could have gone a New York Tea Party. Instead, it was a Boston massacre up there. And then we have an opportunity now to end it at home. If the Knicks don't end it at home, unfortunately, my prediction of Celtics 7 is going to come true, and it will be the biggest choke job in New York basketball history. And what makes it worse is if Jason Tatum was on Boston, it wouldn't be considered a real choke job like that because they are the champs. But to lose to them without Tatum, considering all the momentum the Knicks had, it would be the ultimate choke job and the biggest one in New York basketball history, in my opinion.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
And one more thing to add on that front too, Al, is like, not that I'm happy we lost. Obviously, I wanted the Knicks to end it in 5 by every mean possible. But Knicks fans need a little dose of medicine because, you know, Knicks fans, we win game 4 and we're acting like we're in the finals. Like, let alone getting through Indiana. Like, Knicks fans were, and frankly, it's not just Knicks fans, it's national media, right? It's these guys on ESPN, they're popping out. I think the Knicks are a championship team now. It's like, yeah, last week you thought they were dead in the water. Let's freaking relax.
To the Pistons.
Yeah, people were acting like they were in the finals already, or they were already matched up against Indiana. Like, this was never going to be easy after Tatum went out, ever. That's not how these things go, and that's not who the Boston Celtics are. And again, I'm not happy the Knicks lost, but us Knicks fans, and I'm not saying about anyone on this show right now, because I think the 4 of us have pretty even-keeled heads on our shoulder, except when Al's making predictions. But I'll leave that to the side.
Time out. No.
Oh,
Time out, Pete. You open the door for this. I'm getting
Okay, go ahead, Pete. You can finish what you were saying. Go ahead. I'm joking. Go ahead.
I'm getting, I'll fucking connect. I'll disconnect everyone right now. This. I've been getting requests because of the way I rip new players a new one and baptize them. I've been getting requests. So my requests have been, hey, can you kill Mark Vientos so he can snap out of it? Well, then what do you do the next day? It's a home run. Hey, can you keep ripping Carlos Rodon because he's playing well since he's been doing it? Bang. Brad Beatty, ripping one. Bang, he's playing well. My prediction was, hey, can you guarantee game 4? I guaranteed the next one. I've been on fire, Pete, so shut the fuck up. And then and then game 6, I'm guaranteeing the Knicks are winning game 6. When OG and Bridges score 15 to 18 plus, no one's beating the Knicks. I need Karl Anthony Towns to stop being a little biatch with these ticky-tack fouls. You are important, bro. We need you in the game offensively, especially. Man up. You haven't put up a 25-point game. Those odds have been tremendous, and I've been playing them every day, you son of a bitch, and it's not happening. By the way, Deuce, for a value pick, Deuce McBride was plus 1,400 for 10 points, and that came out. He hit it on the final basket in game 4, the final basket. So I will look for that one, and Mitchell Robinson's double-double as well tomorrow, plus 590. But the Knicks are winning them all. I got them winning one. I'm even going to give a score, okay? Here we go. 111-93. It's a garden party. MSG's rocking. from start to finish. There's nothing like a fucking Friday night crowd. Nobody's got to work the next day unless you're Latino, because only Latinos work on Saturdays. And then and it is going to be a garden party.
I want confetti. I want the confetti to drop like it's 2013 and we just won one game against the Miami Heat. I want the confetti down.
Oh, that's bad. That was bad. That was bad.
But I want it because now it's not bad. All the jokes, I want all of it. We can have Jeremy Lin come back, Frankie Smokes, whatever. Ronaldo Barkley, put him in the building.
Gallo, the one thing I will say, Gallo, and I want to say this too because I tweeted this out and Pete, you touched on it. We got to remember, Knicks fans, if the Knicks beat the Boston Celtics, it's only the semis. We're only halfway done. So we can't act like, oh shit, we won a championship. We moved on to the next step of getting out the semis if we get out the semis. And then is it the Pacers' time to finally get over the hump and get to the finals because they got to the conference finals, or do the Knicks get revenge and get to the finals? We got to get there first, man. I'm nervous about tomorrow. But I'm feeling like I did game 4. I think, like I said, it's gonna be a garden party, man. If OG's got to go in offensively early, the Knicks will win this game. Just trust me. If they're struggling early, that's where the problem happens. We need those two to step up, and we need Miles McBride to have another good game this time at home. The crowd's got to be bananas. 48 minutes. This ain't no fucking afternoon game 1 crowd, which it made me sick. It was game 2 or game 1 is game 1. Game 2 is after. No, game 1 afternoon, right?
Game 3.
Game 3, oh yeah, the shitty. I can't stand afternoon crowds.
Yeah.
And remember, what's game 7? That's a Monday, right?
Monday.
That's crazy. It would be a Monday. That is nuts. Well, let's hope we're not talking about game 7 on Monday. Let's hope we're not talking about that. What's your prediction? Did Knicks close out at 6, or are we going back to Boston?
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. I know, we got to start getting ready to wrap up because Gallo has a World of Warcraft RPG to get to.
I do.
All right, so anybody that ain't got things promote, start promoting.
Sunday morning, 2 to 6, follow now, WFAN.
Yeah.
I just posted for my MLS NYCFC New York Red Bull fans.
That was a dope interview that you did. My fault. I meant to put it in the chat.
Oh, appreciate you. On the WFAN channel on YouTube, I spoke to Bradley Wright Phillips previewing the matchup. And you can always catch me on the socials.
How's it going with that? What's the fans saying about that? With any feedback?
Just my mom saying I did a good job, and heck.
Okay.
Shout out to Mom Duke.
Nah, keep going, Gallo. That's fire. And there's people out there who want that content. Keep it going. For me, it's just Subway Sports Talk. Always. I've been cooking on TikTok mostly. I've been posting most of my stuff on TikTok. Got people in the comments fighting with each other, and I feel like that's a good sign. When you get a Knick fan and a Celtic fan talking smack to each other, I'm just sitting there like, all right, I said what I said. You guys have fun. That's fun. So I'm having fun on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and always on your podcast app, Subway Sports Talk. I'm not producing for the boys this weekend, which is very sad to me. I like when I get to produce an Al Cintron, Anthony Gallo doubleheader back to back. Man, that's special stuff.
Yeah, but wait, Pete, why are you off the schedule this month? Though? Is it work or?
He's going to the strip club again.
If I'm gonna be honest for a second, I had a little golf trip planned this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. I wasn't on the schedule for this weekend, and then I had this plan, and then David reached out. I mean, he might be listening to that. Damn, but I had this planned already. So book.
For the second you told me you're getting this now blown up.
Yeah, right. Well, now it was booked before I was requested to work this weekend, so I don't feel that bad. I already paid for everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I'll be tapped in. I might be listening with my buddies, listening to you guys. So shout out.
I was gonna say, I'll be at the Subway Series this Friday and Saturday. Make sure you guys run down on me. I'll be linking up with my guy Gallo. That shit is gonna be lit. We're gonna have a good time. I got my live got suspended on TikTok because some Boston Celtic fans were mass reporting me in the chat. So I gotta wait to come back next Tuesday.
Way.
Next yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Whoa. What happened?
I was doing the watch along yesterday or whatever on TikTok live. So I gotta wait till next Wednesday. And I had a Celtics fan in the chat who's just starting drama. And I was like, yo, stop that. That's not what we're here for. You know how I rock. So I blocked them. Then they kept coming back with different accounts. So I kept blocking them. And then my live got hit with like copyright. So I reached out to my agency and they was like, oh, yeah, you got mass reported at this time. And we was able to link it up that it was when the Celtic fan was in there.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, bunch of haters. Bunch of
All right.
haters. You're soft, but
I'll have to
let's
go.
fuck
I'll have
this.
to go on TikTok live for you,
Fuck
Al.
this
Now
up.
I'll have to do
Fuck-
one on Subway Sports
yes,
Talk.
free heck.
Free heck.
Fuck the Celtics. Yeah, and I'll be on this Saturday night, 10 to 2, WFAN 88.808.1019. And I'm looking like I'm going to have a surprise guest. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'll announce it now, unless he cancels. Evan's going to be joining me Saturday night on the fan as a guest. We're going to just talk all New York things sports for a segment and go from there. And supposedly, we'll see how things go. This is going to be a monthly thing with Evan. So that should be pretty cool for that. So I appreciate him doing that for me as well. So shout out to Evan, even though he
Shout
rooted for
out.
the fucking Celtics yesterday with net socks on. Son of a bitch.
That's messed up. Man. I was about to hold this up and say shout out Evan, but I take it back.
Nah, it's all good. I'm glad I didn't make that trip because I was tempted to. My boy asked me, "Yeah, come up," and
Glad you did.
I'm glad I didn't go, man, because I'd probably be in the jail cell in Boston somewhere.
I was gonna say we had 385 in the building. We maxed out at 390. We appreciate all the new likes, all the new
Yeah.
subscribers. Keep on smacking that like button. Keep on hitting that subscribe button. For TIO Al, for Anthony Gallo, for your guy Heck. These are the familiars. These are the boys. And let's go New York sports.
Wash, yeah.
Don't forget, yay!